Hello. This is going to be Shaunanigans 3. I haven't finished editing too. I don't know, I just can't make myself sit in front of a computer. It's just hot and I'm moody. So basically, I reached out to a big time resin artist and asked if they knew a place I could get the flakes, the chrome flakes that I was using for. Where's that cat? Oh, God. 1 second. Okay. This one is chrome. It's very mirror finish. This is chameleon. They both kind of have, multicolored to them, but I need more of this because this is the one everybody likes. Well, everybody likes the other one too, but people like the other one too, but everybody likes the other one. So supposedly, chameleon flakes is where it's at. And so we're gonna try that. And these ones are by Let's Resin. We have blue. We have green. Violet. Fuchsia. And lime. Lime? I don't know, man. Okay, so I guess we'll do blue. So we can compare like to like. Alright, so I'm going to... Dang it, how'd stuff... I think it looks like there's stuff in here. Where's my tape? Hang on, let me clear out this stuff. Alright, I can't find my tape. It's a giant, duct tape size roll of polka dotted tape. How? I can't find it. I don't know. Anyways. Alright, so I'm going to move these guys out of the way. And see what it's like. Oh, they gave me a brush. Putting that on. Oh, I like the thing they put on there better than the thing that the other guys put on. Oh my. This is promising. They are flaky. Ooh, ooh, ooh. See, it's flakes. Are they flying all over the place? Yes, yes. You'd think I'd hate that, which I do, but it's a good sign as far as the look I'm going for. I'm going to turn the fan towards my son. Sacrifice for you guys. So I'm sorry if you can't hear me very well, but we have approximately 1, 2, 3, 4 fans in here right now. My son is in here with me because this is the coolest room in the house because of all the fans. So I have to remember to really, really get in there with the ears. Because they are my biggest issue with this cat mold. Alright, I guess. Let's see how that goes. Got everywhere. Everywhere, I tell you. So this is what the chameleon powder looks like. And this is what the chameleon flakes look like. Both of these get backed with black. So I'm going to go try and find where my husband put the scale. Alright, it's been, I think, an hour. So let's see how this cat holds up. I forgot to poke its ears, so let's see if he's got holes in his ears. Oh no, the ears are fine. Look, guys. It's chrome! Yay! I found the powder. Oh. Excellent. Okay. So that's the old one, because I could tell because I sanded it. This new one, I wasn't even sure which one was which, because it's the same stuff. I'm so stoked. Alright, let's see Lisa's lips. I think I made the wrong color. Okay, so I'm making more lips, apparently. I'll have to go back and check it against my video, but I think that's not the color I was meant to make. I think I was meant to make this color. But then I guess we just have some black lips because I mixed up too much resin. Oh, are you kidding me with this? I have like a little speck of white. Yeah, and the resin kind of creeped in around the teeth. Oh, irritating. Kind of did it on this side as well, but you can't tell as much. Just there on the side. I think this is a problem with the newer molds. Oh well. So this is what I did all day because it was too hot to be over here near the window. Can you see there's glitter in my where's the thing? 1 second. Okay, so I have filled up 22, 44, 66 plus 11, 77, about 80 out of 140 of these. I'm putting inclusions down here, and so to give you an idea of what an inclusion is, it's things like these rhinestones, which I got a lot of these things when I was doing the Sophie and Toffee subscription box years ago. I have a bunch of gears and things for steampunky stuff. Yeah. I left the glitter that was in these little jars in the jars, and I can put 2 jars per, that's wax. I can put 2 jars per one of these things because I figured I'm not going to use a whole one for the amount that's in one of those jars, especially like one of them has barely any in there. Which one is it? This one? And one of them, the little door broke off, and so it's perfect that I'm using it for this. But yeah, this one these two only have half full of the glass things. I'm not going to take up a whole thing, and it doesn't matter that little door's broken. These are all the empties. I have like 4 of these things. I have no idea what I'm going to use these for now. Maybe I'll use them for my pigment samples. That's an idea. Yeah, because I've got 4 of those. And I have a lot of these little jar things. Like these. So these ones, anything that's like a chunky glitter is going in here. This whole row is stars. I have a problem. So all the chunky glitters will be going in this, and all the fine glitters, I think I will be moving into these things if they're in something weird. Like they'll just be going, if they're not in kind of a test tube thing, like I'll show you. So I have a bunch that are in these kind of tubes. Those are fine. It's this crap I hate these things. If you open up these things, stuff goes everywhere because it's so hard to screw them closed. It's back open. I hate those. So I've got a bunch of these that will need to go into these kinds of things. That is that plan. So I need to finish doing all these ones into here. I might do that tomorrow if it's too hot to sit at my desk. And then yeah, move the fine in there. So some handy tools if you're going to be doing this or anything like this, moving glitter for any reason, I went and got some of my jewelry tools. So this is sticks to anything. I don't know what this was originally for, but it's got like a funnel. And basically, I was glue tacking each Tic Tac box into here so it would hold it still, and then I was pouring it in, and then then I'd take it off, pour from here, anything that went outside of that, so sorry, glue tacking onto here. This was sitting in here, so the Tic Tac box was glued to that, and then I pour it in. Anything that spilled out from here, I could then pull the Tic Tac box off, pour it in, and anything that spilled from there, I could pour it back into this thing from this guy and put it in. Now, I was having like crazy static problems. I had my son try and physics our way out of it. But, yeah, we didn't come up with a solution. But it was weird because some glitters just poured right in, and some, I've got glitter everywhere, guys, everywhere. Yeah, some glitter just poured right into the other thing, and some were just trying to fly all over the place. That was super annoying. But I would say that I am more than halfway done. These ones were kind of excess, so I'll be making something with those. I don't know what. I think these will go in my galaxies. But yeah, that was that project. Oh, this thing. This has wax, right? And if you've got a piece of glitter, an escapee, it'll pick it right up, and then you just kind of scrape it. Well, you try to scrape it into the thing. See, there's a little heart. Yeah, you just put it in the box. But yeah, I highly recommend. This is the most important. The brush, when you're kind of trying to brush it down. This is what it came with. This kind of brush, which is really good for getting it. It's like the kind of ones that you clean electric razors with. But yeah, so I made a good dent in that project. Hello. I am struggling with the whole video thing. Like, okay, so it turned out that, where is it? I'm allergic to these gloves. They are nitrile protective gloves, latex free, powder free, and they're supposed to be non-irritant. I get eczema really easily. And yeah, I couldn't figure out it was the gloves. I thought it was something I was eating. I was logging my foods. I was doing all these things, but I looked at some of the footage that I shot, and my hands were horrific. I can't show you this video. But I did find some of, like, I had a small stash of the ones I wasn't allergic to, and which are kind of St. John's Ambulance brand. And then these were left behind by the NHS clinic that was in the place that I work that kind of closed. So I'm going to try these. They're medium, and I prefer large because they're easier to get on and off. But, you know, 200 gloves, beggars can't be choosers. And if I'm not allergic, then bonus. Hopefully my hands won't deteriorate in front of your eyes. So I need to do these lips for Lisa with the black resin. I did the wrong color last time. I think I did this color, and I was supposed to do this color. You know what? Or was I supposed to do this color? I think I was supposed to do this color now. Oh no. Okay, well, I'm going to get up and get another lip thing ready. And then I found this mold down in the shed, and I also found a buttload of glitter again as well. I swear to God, guys, I keep finding glitter. This is why I needed the glitter organization. But this mold was disgustingly dirty. So basically, I don't know why I own this mold. See, there's just weird things. I keep finding stuff in there. So I think the easiest way to clean this mold out would be to make, you know, just cover it with this kind of stuff and make it. See what it comes out looking like. It feels to me like it would be good for holding samples or these, and it might be a little bit deeper than this one, which is what I've been using as my overpour. So I want to see what it looks like, but, and I know I'm going to mix too much black resin. I always mix too much black resin. I don't know why. I think I kind of panicked because it has such a fast cure time, and it's hotter than hell today. So it will continue to it'll cure even faster. So I'm just going to make all of the resin I have left. And then I'll make 2 lips. Lisa can pick out which color is the right color. And, yeah, I did the wrong one. Okay, so she'll pick out which ones she wants. I'll powder in here, and I'm thinking what I'm going to do, freaking glitter, is just do a bunch of colors and see what that comes out like. You know, just randomly powder this thing. And yeah, see what that looks like. This one's really weird. I don't know whether you can see this, but when I push it, there's like a bubble underneath. Can you see? So I'm going to have to redo that one. I found this ink in my backpack, and it doesn't say what it is. I just have no recollection of what it is. So I may swatch that. But so I took Friday off. I was supposed to have Monday off as well, but that fell through. I'm just going to try to get some orders done. The pen meetup's tomorrow. Hopefully this video will go up tomorrow. Yeah, because I'm kind of having to trash all my old all the stuff I've already shot. So yeah, we'll see what I get up to today. All right, I'm getting ready to cut. Well, my husband's gonna do the cutting because yeah, warped eyeballs. All right, next up on today's agenda. So I have cut a slightly larger than TN size, like ever so slightly, for me. This is the one that has the big stain. Can you see the stain right here? And you can just see it through. I'm not sure whether you can on the video, but you know, not much. So I think this one will be getting a patch. God, I just cleaned up all this glitter. It's everywhere. Literally, I just cleaned it. Luckily it wipes right off. So yeah, I need to punch holes in this. And if I decide I don't want it ever so slightly larger, I can always just cut it smaller. But I thought I'd try it. This is my I can't buy the Love and Trip you know, situation. It's how I'm getting away with it. Kind of how I'm making those UV resin fountain pens instead of being gifted a Benu, because I'm not popular enough. Okay, so I cut 3 of these, which are the wider passports. I need to punch the holes and string them. I have, like, let me get the string here. I'm extremely irritated with myself because I have a big thing of brown. I just saw it today and I cannot find it anywhere. So I think I'm gonna deploy my husband. I need to figure out, the one I made key I think had a black, but maybe not. Maybe it had brown. I've got this brown and I've got like a mustard yellow. Yeah, so this is the size of elastic I like. This one's just a little bit thicker. I keep trying to buy the same size elastic and it just keeps coming in all these different thicknesses. It's driving me crazy. So I may just do them all black if I can't find that brown. And then if I somehow find, once I do it, I'll find the brown, and that is going to drive me crazy. So I've got this brown, but I don't think I've got enough because this has 3 strings. 1, 2, 3, and then, no, I think I do have enough. Okay, maybe what I'll do is I'll just punch the holes and I won't string them until I get to the meetup, and that way Monica can pick her piece of leather and pick what color she wants of elastic. Right there on the spot. How's that for service? This stuff's too thick, I think. Yeah, I think that's my plan. Okay, so I have, what I use to do punches is, let me see if I could demonstrate it. This is a push punch. So there's all these different heads for it, hole sizes. You know what? I need a freaking, hang on. Seem to have lost my cutting mat as well. I've got this smaller one. But basically, you just kind of go until it pokes a hole through. You see? And this is the best way I know of to punch through leather exactly where you want it. I have one of those big crocodiles, but it's so hard to see where it's actually doing it that I just prefer to use this. Now I need to see whether this hole come on. Whether I could fit this through this hole. I'm pretty sure I can if I was feeling kind of dexterous. Yes, I can. So that's the right size hole. I just eyeballed that because, yeah, I've got all the pieces in one of my Tic Tac boxes. All right, so that is what I'm going to do. I have these things for when, you know what, let me get another scrap. All right. This is the one that I made that's exactly passport size, and I'm going to maybe baseball stitch a corner on. I haven't figured out which stitch I'm going to do, but it will be a whole passport once I stitch it together. And that'll just be a design feature. I don't know what I've just filmed. I need to go back and look because I think I was turning the camera off instead of on. All right, after my son helped me find Thor, so I could punch holes in my practice piece, and my husband helped me find my needles. I can get started testing this stitching. Did I go watch the video again? No, why would I do that? All right, so I tend to use these upholstery needles when I'm stitching leather, and I just kind of run it through the end, and then I try and flatten a piece, and then poke the needle through the thread, pull it down off the needle again, and then kind of pull that tight, and that just makes it so the thread doesn't fall off the end of the needle. And I'm going to do both sides. I don't know whether I'm supposed to be doing both sides, because again, I did not go back and watch the video. I decided I knew how to do it. Even though it's been ages since I've done it. And I don't know, because this is on a diagonal, which is my piece is as well, if this baseball stitch is going to look good, or whether I'm going to just do a different stitch, hence the practice piece. And then I don't know whether I should glue it together first, but basically this stitch, if I remember correctly, is pretty much lacing up shoes. So I didn't show punching the holes, but because that would be knocking the desk a lot. All right, let's see if I can get this right. I don't know why I'm filming this. I could be making a total mess of this. I am so much better on a stitching pony than on this, but because I'm stitching this flat, I can't put it on my pony, which is a real bummer. Okay, now then I've got to take this one and put it in here. There's like an X stitch as well, which I'm really attracted to, so if I accidentally end up doing that, that's what I'll do. Go with fate. All right, let's see what we've got. It looks like I'm doing the X stitch. All right, let's see. So it's coming out of this one. I will have it come up through. Yep. This one. I really feel like I should be gluing this before I do it, but that's why we practice. And I should not have cut my leather piece to size, I think, before I stitched it. Is my other theory. Which one am I at? I want to go in. This one's really tight. If I wasn't lazy, I would go get my awl to loosen. The ones that are tight. Yeah, I don't know what this stitch is. That does not look right. What did I do wrong? So it's an X on this side now. I think it's an X. You just can't tell. No, something's going on here. pierced my thread, which is no bueno. Okay, so that should have gone in that stitch. So I need to re-thread my needle. I hope I cut enough for this, but this is just a practice piece, Shauna. Remember? Okay. Needle has been rethreaded. Now go into the correct stitch. Oh my gosh, I think I need to go get my awl. All acquired. So now, go in there. And then I'm going to have to poke through these other holes, because the thing about leather is you poke the holes and then it closes up. And so I can't see it from the back. I should probably use my diamond stitch. Alright, so here we are. We're on the back. I swear I just poked that hole again. Where is it? Alright, let me... Pardon me. Okay, so I stitched it all the way down. As you can see, it kind of started going out of true in a way. So I think that I may have made a bit of a mistake to cut the piece for my other journal before I stitched it together. So I'm going to cut a different piece to go with that journal that's kind of a little bit bigger so that I can trim it after to match. I think that I should try and do this stitch at either side because that's cute. Yeah, so I mean, this is just going to be a passport tin for me, and I don't want to waste the leather, so that's what I'm doing. Let's demold the lips and things. See how hideous this thing came out. Yeah, so this starts curing so fast that you don't have time to pop the bubbles. It's super annoying. Okay, so is this the same color as the last one I made? That is the question. I think so. Maybe not. Let me get the other one. No, it's a different color. So then if I've got that one and this one, hopefully one of them will be one that she wants. Yeah, they all came out all right. Okay, so those will go in here. I don't think this one needs some sanding, and so does that one. What about this one? Yeah, I think that they all three need a little bit of sanding, so I'll put them in the sanding pile. Let's demold this. It looks like some of this pigment kind of stuck to the mold. Well, maybe not. Yeah, I didn't do the greatest job powdering this. Oh gosh, can't get that out. Oops. So I missed that spot when I was powdering it. But let's just see how well things fit in here. Yeah, I don't know what you'd put in the middle one, but this would work for this kind of a thing. All right, well, I've got a trashed one for myself. And I've got a cleaned mold. And maybe I could do something with UV resin to... I don't think I will. I think I'm too lazy, but glue a star on there or something. Let's see. Here's the star. Oh, I can't even pick it up. Never mind. I could come up with something to make that not trashy. But yeah, so you could see all the places that I missed doing this. And it's kind of a nightmare doing the molds that you have to flip inside out with this method as well, because you'll kind of scratch some of the stuff off as you're flipping it. But my mold's now clean and available to make something else in. And I have something to hold my tools. So I had, as usual, way too much black. So I poured this in the overpour. I don't know how this is going to look, but poured the rest of the black. So that's it. I'm out of black resin for now until I get an influx of dough. I'm gonna take the rest of this out off camera and come back. That took ages. So here's something interesting. The purple that I'm having resin fails on this with, like it's not curing. I could put a dent in it with my fingernail. Cured fine on this. It's the same mixture. I like this one. This one's alright. I need to sand the bottom. I kind of didn't get the edge very good. Not sure you can see that. But if I sand it down enough, you'll never know. So I'll just sand this kind of lip off all the way around. So yeah, we've got lips and resin things. Alright, so luckily I remembered in time that I need to make a punch template. As you can see, I did a really crappy job down here. It's very uneven, so I've just been using these two holes. Yeah, you just kind of find the center, and I'm doing these a centimeter apart. Basically, I'm making these bigger than the Traveler's Company passport so they can put more in. But yeah, if you are using one of these punch tools and you don't use a template, it'll kind of just bounce around and it's hard to get it in the right spot. So when you're going to do it on leather, if you've got this to kind of hold the thing in place, that works better. So I will punch a hole on camera. So basically I did these two, and then because I like these two holes better, this one was a little bit wonky, I just flip it over. Make sure that center is lined up, and then I do that one. So these are not perfect. Of course, because I'm showing you guys. But so if the holes aren't perfect, it isn't actually that big of a deal, because you'll be putting the elastics through and you won't really see. This thing, see, this thing is not cooperating with me. I think this might be my crappy one, and I should probably try finding the other one, but I'm almost done. And now I'm too lazy to go find the other one. But yeah, this keeps untwisting, which means this falls out. I have a good one, and I have an AliExpress one. AliExpress one works just fine, you know. But I recommend the good one. All right, yeah, I think my template's going all catawampy. I have templates for this somewhere that are like, I used, like, let me see if I can find an example. I used plastic to make the templates. Can I find those? No. So then I basically try and close it, and this one's all right. I've had to shave some leather off the end once I try and close it, but yeah, I mean, this is going to work. I'm not charging 50, 60 pounds for them. So I've got 3 of those. This one needs a little bit of trim. Monica's going to choose which one she wants. I'll bring the black. I found the brown that I had, but it's a bit thicker, which, you know, is not kind of it's not what's usually used on TNs, but I'll let her choose. So there's that brown, there's this brown, there's the yellow, and I think I've got some Travelers Company ones somewhere that I'll try and find. So I'll bring all those with me. Yeah, and then I'm going to cut a piece for mine, do the stitch so that it has this on both ends, on a piece that's a little bit bigger so that I can then trim it. I'm not going to glue because it doesn't seem like it needs it. I kind of like the little splitty look. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. It is a scrap piece of leather, so I'm just trying to save it. And then I can take all the other scrap pieces of leather and stitch them, Franken-stitch them. So this is not how this stitch is supposed to look. It's supposed to have X's in between here as well. If I did it properly, it would, but I kind of just like this. And then you kind of hammer the stitches down flat with this side of Thor. Yeah, that's my plan. I'm going to take a break. I was going to test rounding corners. I'm not very good at it. So I tend to, when I make journal, like I made this one a long time ago, and I did round the corners, but I freaking hate it. It's not easy. I feel like I'm about to slip. Is that the one I used? That's not even the one I used. Which was the one I used? No, that's not the one I used. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to round the corners. I don't seem to have the one I used. None of these are right. What the heck? They're all way too curved. So if I did that, do I have a... Let me just... We're just going to cut a piece with my scissors. Just to try it. Yeah, see, I can't really... I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of poking in. These are not the ones. These are not the ones I prefer. I do have this guy. I don't know if he would work with leather. Should we try it? Why not? No. No, it looks crap. I mean, I could just cut it with a blade or cut it with I don't want to round them. I'm not going to round the corners. That's just the way it is. If you get one for a bee, it won't have rounded corners. Yeah, I don't know where my other ones are. I don't know what you'd be rounding with this. It's, I mean, nah. Frat nabbit. I cut this too short. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if I can show you. Let me zoom out. Ugh! It's too short. So, Basic Slim? I don't know. I'm putting this aside right now. Not in the mood for it, now that I messed it up. Yeah, so I've punched all the holes and everything. Oh, maybe I will do something. God, frat nabbit. So mad. Basic Slim. Oof. Basic Slim, if I cut it down a little bit more, should fit. Yeah, let me just figure out the dimensions of this guy. Make a template. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it today. I have too many things going on. I got to stitch the edge of my other guy. Yeah, like for some reason my template had those numbers 21 high, but that's not right. It's just incorrect. My rough cut, had I not gone down and cut it, I could have made that one work. Okay guys, because I seem to be in a mode where success is not possible today. I have stitched and restitched this a few times, and basically what happened was I did my holes further apart than I did on this test. So in order to secure this corner without glue, because I don't know whether I'm going to change my mind about this, yeah, I had to go, if you could see, this stitch is not lining up with the edge. So let me hold it up. This stitch goes past the edge. So this TN is going to be a little bit more Franken than originally planned. It's going to have extra leather on this corner. Hopefully that won't drive me crazy. If it does, then I'll just have to, you know, go back to the drawing board. And, but that's why I'm not gluing it, because I didn't know how I was going to feel about things. But, you know, it's scrap pieces. So I'll show you guys again after I cut it. Gosh! All right, everybody. Are you ready? Meet FrankenTN. So as you can see, it goes a little bit past the edge because I had to keep those stitches in. But I think that's giving it a little bit of charm. Or we're going to pretend it does. So let's fill him. I went with the yellow. I like the yellow with this color. And also because I have this. So stick that in there. What I've got, let's see, I've got an accordion. So we'll stick the accordion one in here. And then we'll stick, I've got a craft one, and then these other ones are just kind of random, I don't know who made them ones, but we're just going to use it to see kind of how stuffed we can get it. I can put more in. So this is the same size as, what is this paper? This looks like something I made. What did I make it out of? Oh, Shauna. It's a secret. I think it might be the leftovers of, okay, so let's pretend we're jump banding that. I think that's a good amount. So I did not round the corners, as we know, and I still have this kind of like split. It doesn't go all the way through. So at some point I will probably put a patch to no one's shock. Actually, let me stick this one in and see how fat I can get this. It's basically the same size as a, you know, regular Passport TN. That's probably as thick as I'd get it. This corner is kind of tipping up, but I think that'll settle down once it's beaten all to heck like I do with my TNs. But I kind of like him. He's cute. And I think if these things were actually really jump banded, it would work a little bit better. Maybe take this skinny one out. Yeah. So I did the, when I do it, I like to do my thing on the spine because I don't like having that bump right there. And then I just use these things instead of tying a knot for the elastic. These crimps, elastic crimps, I think they're called if you're looking for them. Yeah, so now I just have to try and use it for a while and see how it goes. I really like it. I think it came out cute. So even though, can you see how it's going a little bit past? Yeah. So I didn't want to glue it because I didn't want to, you know, stick with this if I decide to change my mind. But it's pretty, you know, like, it's pretty on there with just this incorrect stitch that I like. So yeah, I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased that it kind of, that A, I'm done, and B, that I like it. And I think that might be it for this video. I don't think I was doing anything else, was I? No, I think I'm done. Let's see if I can get it edited.